You know that you have a goal, you have a mission, you have a purpose in mind, but you're stuck. You don't know what to do with it. You you're dreaming, you're passionate about something, but you don't know how to get started. You don't know how to do it. Well, welcome to today's episode. Hi, I'm Stephannie Solomon, and welcome to Winning Ways. Today, we're going to look at taking that idea of starting your business, starting your ministry, starting that service, and get it moving. And we have the perfect guest here today who can motivate you, who can move you into the science of things and use your skill set to take you to the height or a height that you could have never, ever imagined. All right, let's get started. But before we do, I do have some shout outs. I have a shout out for Cynthia Green, James Moore. Thank you so much. Cooking with Maysam, Nicole Jones. Yeah, thank you for your input. Blessed Crystal Ministries, Ronetta Gaines, and Robin Diggs. Thank you so much for your comments and how you have expressed how this broadcast has been a blessing to you. And while you are here, I need you, everyone who's watching. Don't just tell me how you're being blessed. I need you to hit that subscribe button now. Okay. And hit that friend, follow, like, whatever, whatever platform you're on. Okay. Hit that. And you've been telling me, oh, when is the next time you're going to put up another show? Well, if you hit the notification button, okay, that will let you know when the next broadcast is going to air. All right, we're not going to belabor this. We're going to get right into it. And I'm going to welcome my guest. Her name is Glenda Boone. All right. Hey, Glenda, how are you?
Hi everyone. How are you?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glenda's going to she can talk about herself much better than I can, but I've been blessed by her services. Glenda is absolutely awesome. And today's um, podcast episode is focusing on women, female entrepreneurs. All right. And we want to look at how you can master your mission. Well, when we think about a mission, Glenda, I just want to ask you this before you talk a little bit about yourself, because the word mission was deliberately put in the title of this thumbnail. When we think of a mission, we know that the mission tends to be the how and the what. What objectives that we have to do with that business, the right now of things to make that purpose pan out. Why is a mission important in the first place?
Well, a mission stuff really is your roadmap. It's what are you going to do, and how are you going to do it? And I like to stress to people that when you're doing your mission, how is what it is that you want to do or you're doing? How is it benefiting someone else? And what are the pillars? What are the steps that you're going to take to make sure that that happens? So the mission is, who are you? What do you do? And does what you do going to benefit others? And when you can craft that statement, those things, and bring it all together, then that becomes your mission. And everything that you do around that, every program, every opportunity, every business, every idea, every strategy is built around that mission. So who are you? Um, what do you do? And how does what you do going to benefit or is benefiting others? And so that
Awesome.
is critical. And if you don't have a mission, then you really don't have a purpose. Your mission is your purpose.
Awesome. All right, Miss Glenda, tell us tell us more about you. What's You have a project that you're moving forward with lately. Tell us about it and tell us what sparked this creation.
Well, as you know, Stephanie, or your audience may not know, I've been in digital marketing now for over 20 years. Um, I was started in digital marketing even really before YouTube and Facebook existed. So I won't belabor you on that. You can go to my websites, glendaboone.com, or just Google me and you'll find out all of that information. But in regards to my newest project, which is Brand New Academy, it is a premier platform, coaching program, and community that I am building. And it's specifically designed to empower women, female entrepreneurs, and female ministers who have a passion or mission to build a self-branded ministry. So basically, I am going to coach them into scaling their businesses or ministries. I'm going to coach them into creating generational wealth and building a lasting legacy, because at the end of the day, that's what most women are most concerned about. So the program is tailored for women. They're ready to elevate their personal and professional lives through an actionable strategy, community support, and my guidance. And I have a blueprint from my 20 plus years experience in business, um, that I actually journaled. And so I'm not unlike a lot of other, there are a lot of coaching companies out there, a lot of mentors out there, but Brand New is more than just a coaching program or course. It is a movement. And I am a firm believer, Stephannie, that we as women have been asking, begging, hoping for a seat at the table. And now we're going to be architects and build our own tables. And in order to do that, you need more than just pep talks and conferences. You need a community of support, like-minded women, who are going to push you to another level, and it's going to show you how to do it. I've spent thousands of dollars in conferences and schools and webinars to be told what to do, but I've never been shown how to do it. And so as I enter into my next chapter, in life, then my goal is to support and build others. I made a promise to God years ago when I was just trying to figure this all out. Lord, if you just open one door for me as a woman, I will go back and I will help others. And that time is now.
Absolutely awesome, awesome, and you're doing it too. Now, Glenda, what are the core values of your new company, which is called Brand You Academy? What are the core values that it upholds, and how do they influence um, the your approach to empowering women?
I'm glad you asked that, Steph. Now, we have four pillars, which is innovation, resilience, community. And those things are what women have lacked. We have not been um, we've not been allowed, those doors have not traditionally been open to us as women. And so we stand on those pillars to make sure that we as women, that we all will excel. We support our members through, and our students and our mentees and our sisters. We like to say that we are sisterhood, similar to a sorority. We can't use that word though, because I don't want the AKAs and deltas and all because you part of that community too. But Brand New is a sisterhood, um, Stephannie, and we stand on resilience. We stand on innovation, and we stand on making sure that we are a community of collaborators. Because it's one thing to learn something, but then you need a village to help support and collaborate with you. So that's pretty much what we do. We're trying to create an ecosystem within the sisterhood itself, and our primary focus is education, networking, and community support.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's I can tell it's well thought out, very detailed, definitely very detailed. And how does Brand You, their approach differ from other programs in the market? Because as you said earlier, there are several spaces and choices for women. But how is Brand You different, and why should a young entrepreneur or someone who's been in this realm for a while and wants to try something different, why should they choose Brand You?
Right. And because I too, like you and like a lot of your viewers, I spent several $1,000s over the years trying to the missing piece. And so most programs, they show you the what. Most schools, most institutions, they're in business. So they're in business to teach you a certain program for a certain amount of time, and then they charge you more money to come back and learn. So in most cases, you're learning the what, but your missing piece is the how. How do I do this step by step? And also the who. Who is going to be willing to pull back that curtain and show me all the secrets behind the what? Because the secrets is what makes the money. So, what makes Brand New different is that I'm going to show you not only the what, I'm going to show you the how. But in learning the how, you got to be ready for it. Because in my program, it's work, Stephannie. You're going to work.
Yeah, we
You're
work
going to
over
learn
here.
how it that our firm does, and I'm sure you know this. You know, um, it is not easy, and we can do it for you because I have a firm and I'm capable of doing this and charging you 15, 20 grand to do it for you. But that is unrealistic. It's unrealistic to a female entrepreneur who's just really getting started or who's just starting to scale their business, or to a minister who's trying to figure it all out. And so my thing is, I remember I am them. I remember how difficult it was for me 20 some years ago to break into this market and no one would help me. So now that I have reached a level of success, for me, this is passion. This is ministry. This is the next level of ministry for me because I remember how hard it was for me when I was getting started and no one would help me. So it was always the missing piece. I knew the what. People told me the what all the time. I paid a lot of money for the what.
Mm.
I could never get I could never get that right who would say, okay, come here, show me, let me sit down, let me show you how to do this. So that's what makes Brand New Academy different. Two, Brand New Academy, as far as our community, we have strict rules. We follow our pillars and we're serious about our pillars. So, we're about collaborating, we're about sisterhood, we're not about the cattiness. And I just want to be real with you. We're not about clicks here. There is no clicks and Brand New Sisterhood. We all come in it together at the same level. No matter how long you've been in the game or how early you've been in the game, we're all one. And so I do not welcome clicks. I do not welcome the typical caddy. Anything that has hurt us in the past from elevating as women, we just, all money is not good money,
Mm.
Stephannie.
Yeah. You have to turn some things down. Don't be
Yeah,
so thirsty. Yeah.
I'm very particular about who I'm willing to share what I know,
Well, do
who
you
I'm
find
willing to
that
allow.
when you say, excuse me, all money is not good money, do you find that being particular really protects you? It protects your reputation, it protects your brand, it protects perceptions.
Yes,
Because if a person isn't willing to work, and like you said, some people come with mess, and you're
yes,
not about it, and you accept their money, what does that say about
exactly.
your services?
Right, exactly. And so it may take us a little bit longer, and I realize that.
Mhm.
My model is set for the long haul, not to get rich quick, because I'm looking to build more than just show you the how, the nuts and bolts. I'm looking to build a community of sisters who honestly and literally want to help each other build generational income, leave lasting legacy, and make an impact and help each other in the process. And so that is what we stand on. The curriculum is one thing. I can show you all day long how to do something. But what makes us different? What makes us different is our sisterhood. What's going to make us different is our collaboration. But I say again, that I'm looking for a certain type of like-minded sisters. It's
Mhm.
going to require that you invest in yourself. You invest and money, because it takes money to run a business. It's going to take money to start a ministry. So many people say, well, this is ministry. I shouldn't be charging. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that.
Why am I paying to hear the word? That's what
Right.
they're like.
So I help you because I've worked in business and I've worked in ministry. I mean, if you Google my name, you'll find a very interesting background and that I've experienced over the years. So Brand New Academy is a combination of all of these things. And I'm just so excited about it. And and how it's going so far. And I know because it's of God. I know it's going to be a tremendous blessing on women. But I can't stress enough, and Stephannie, you can probably speak to this, as you've had some experience working with me over the years, that nothing worth having comes easy,
No.
and nothing is for free.
Yeah, yeah. And I like what you said. And ministry is business, and yet the business is ministry.
Yes.
And I think it's the mindset of the person coming in, because I know my mindset has evolved over the years.
Hmm.
I never saw it as a business. And then when I started seeing what I was doing ministry as a business, oh my God, that messed with my head for
Yeah.
years, because I couldn't wrap my mind around all of those moving parts,
Yep.
and also
Yeah.
being ready for it. You have to be ready for what you and anyone who wants to help places before us. Timing is everything, and the mindset is everything. Because
Yes.
where I am now today is not where I was 15 years ago.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
You're so
it's
right, because the first we do a 5-day boot camp. And the first day of that boot camp, we focus solely on the mindset, because mindset is everything. Mindset is going to be what's determined to make or break your ministry and or your business. So it's important for us. We do our program is holistic. So it's not just about tools and resources. It's also personal development. It's spiritual development. It's physical development, because you need all of those things in order to build a successful business and or ministry.
Evolve for Life helps individuals triumph through family relations, forgiveness, and personal development. Solo sessions and group sessions of no more than 4 are currently available. So schedule your appointment today at www.stephannieersolomon.com. And that's Stephanie with 2 N's. If you are looking for a one-on-one session with me or a small group session of no more than 4, just click the the web address on the ticker below. Let's get back to it. All right, Glenda, when we were last talking, we were talking about the mindset and what
Mhm.
have you. I'm sure your mindset as a coach, a marketing coach, business coach has changed over the years. Do you have any success stories from over the years, especially with this latest project, this latest arm of your business, Brand New Academy? Any member have highlights that have been impactful from your program?
Yeah, we have several. I have several testimonials. I don't want to shout any one out, because I don't want them to feel slighted. But I have several. If you go to brandnewacademy.net, that's brandnewacademy.net. You can see all of the different testimonials that I have received, from several mentees, including yourself. So I can just say, I can speak to you because I'm on your show, that I am extremely proud of you. When I first met you, you were um, doing a podcast, and I had to deliver the bad news to you that you needed to get off of that platform and onto YouTube, which meant I turned your world upside down.
Absolutely. Scared as I don't know what.
And
I was
every
hiding. I was hiding
every
behind it.
a lot of time, and that really is what happens in the boot camp. Is I pretty much tear down what it is that we've started, and then we build up from there. Because most mentees that come to me don't they come to me because what they've been doing on their own has not been working, and that has been the case with most of my clients. And when I did my market research, most of my mentees was the same. And so what I found is that you have to have thick skin. You have to be able to trust. You have to be coachable. Like, you're not coming to me, or you're not coming to me or anybody else because what you're doing is working. So, when my mindset is this: I don't charge you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to teach you what I know. I do charge you, though, because when you pay attention. So I want to say that again, Steph. When you pay attention. So unlike, I'm not out for the one time get rich quick. I'm going
Mm,
to feed you. I'm going to start you off, first of all, free, because I wouldn't ask anybody to buy something from me and they didn't know me from Adam from Eve. But I
mhm,
know that you've got to have a certain level of trust in me before we even get to that point. Because a lot of times I'm going to come through with like a rolling ball, and that may require me tearing down what you've already done. And so most of the testimonies that you will see on brandnewacademy.net, Stephannie, are people that I have helped in tremendous ways. And so I don't want to mention anyone. I mention you because I'm on your show, because I love all of them the same. What I will say is this: I promote from within. I elevate from within. So people who are in my network, then they ride when I ride. So when I go high, they go high. So you'll see those mentees all over the place. You see them on my website. You may see them in my ads that I promote. You might see them on TV. And so, because we're a community. So when I win, they win.
awesome, awesome. You kind of touched on these two questions. If you think you could have any more to add, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next one. What makes the free your mission masterclass a must attend event for women looking to elevate their brand? And the other, how can women get the most out of their experience with Brand New Academy and the Master Your Mission masterclass?
And that women should not miss the master class is because that is the beginning, and that allows you an opportunity to learn more about the mission, your mission. It's a level of building trust, be introduced to me, my teaching style, um, for you to learn from other people that have become successful. And so I don't believe in just selling. I believe in building a relationship. And just like you're checking me out, Stephannie, I'm checking them out too, quiet as it's kept. I'm checking out the students who attend the masterclass. And I do give everyone the opportunity to attend the boot camp. And that's a 5-day boot camp where I show you the how it is that, what it is that you want to do, help you clarify who your being is, your mission statement. By the time you end that, then the boot camp, you will have a very clear, defined mission statement. You will know how to do it. You will have the tools and resources to do it, and you will be invited into a community that will support you. And so that's the benefit. And I guess that kind of answers all three questions in a nutshell. For you, the masterclass is a C. It's a get to know. It's a seeing is believing. Oh, wow, this does work. And then it's an opportunity to move forward to the next step.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. And finally, what advice would you give to any woman who is hesitant about taking the plunge and joining Brand New Academy? Maybe whatever, she has some fear, some insecurity, maybe financial lack. What advice, or whatever, what advice would you give to that woman? She's burdened by the pressure of the purpose that's on her life to start a business, to start a ministry, but afraid at the same time, shaking in her boots. What do you say to her? Are you a female entrepreneur, minister who's tired of juggling too many roles and seeing little results for your investments? Glenda Boone, an author, serial entrepreneur, and marketing coach, has created a space just for you where you can grow and develop your brand at Brand You Academy. For more information, click the link in the description.
Do it scared. Do it scared. If you are, first of all, if you're at this point of this podcast and you're still watching, then God has already given you your mission. He's already given you your purpose. And a lot of times we're waiting on God and God is waiting on us. A lot of times we let the killer busters get in our heads. I would if I could, but I might. However, I don't have the money. I hear that one a lot. How much is it going to cost? When the reality is, those are distractions. If God gave you something to do, then He's going to bless you. He wouldn't have gave it to you if He didn't think you could do it. Now, is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. But a lot of times we miss our blessings, we miss our opportunities. I said early on when we started, Stephannie, that a lot of times people tell us the what, but we don't know the how. We don't have the who. Well, Brand New Academy is the who and the how. And so now what's the distraction? I don't have the money. The Master You Mission class is free. So now what's the distraction?
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
So
maybe say, do you suggest, because I think a lot of us, I include myself, go into this phase without a clue. We know that it's going to cost, but I mean, I think of the equipment that I bought. I think of things I just did along the way, but we don't have a clue of how it's a continuum, that it's not you buy something or invest in something financially, monetarily, and then that's the last. No, it's ongoing. Do you
yes,
have any advice for individuals? They may be single, they may be working parents, whatever. How to even set monies aside? Is that a plan, or should that
yes.
be a
We
plan
learn
going
you. We
forward?
teach you that. We teach you that in the boot camp. We teach you money moves, how to allocate. When people tell me, "Well, I can't afford $97 to join a boot camp," I'll say, "Well, how much is your cable? How much you paying for Hulu? By the time you add up all your subscriptions, cancel them for the month, and you'll have the $97." There's always a way.
That's
There's
workable.
always a way. Um, well, I can't do this. A lot of times you go out to dinner twice a month or you spending money on Starbucks. So if you need this particular software program, what am I spending money on in other areas that I can cut and then how can I start making some money? So with Brand New, what we do is we know that that's an issue. So we give you opportunities along the way so that you can make money while you're working on your program.
Hmm.
Now, people say, well, so I don't have the time. None of us have the time. We only have about 4 hours of a 24-hour period. That's ours. That's all of us. So how do we allocate the time? So that though most of the issues that women have, what we call fear, they're distractions from what it is that God has destined for you. And so that's why we deal with mindset a lot. We deal with mindset in the masterclass, and we deal with mindset during the first day and a half of, because all of those, everything that you said to me was distractions and excuses. And you can even continue to be, and if you're going to continue to have that mindset, what if, what if, what if I would have had that mindset, I would never be where I am today. I have done everything scared.
Yeah.
doing this scared. I,
Yes.
I'm writing my whole career, my whole 25. You go to Google, you'll see all these great things, all these wonderful people I've met. So it's like, Glenda, how in the world are you going to start from scratch? Because
Yeah.
God told me to.
Mm.
You got all these people, Sarah Jakes, you got all these old people, other people out here empowering women. And here you come, yep, because God told me to do it. And if
Yeah,
God
and
told
he
me
gives you,
to
and
do
it's
this,
enough room really for everybody.
right,
And God has so many stages and places where He wants us that we are unaware of.
right,
I like that you're giving practical and biblical direction. The fact that you said the allocation of time, the allocation of your funds. The truth
right,
is, everyone has funds. It may not be the amount that we desire, but the
right,
whole you gave practical. I mean, that was to me, that was very
right,
practical. Hey,
right,
subscription, I can relate to that.
right,
Netflix, Hulu, Stars, all of those for a
right,
month. For that,
right,
it's not like you're getting rid of it forever, but
right,
for a month, I mean, those are things that some people don't even think about.
right. And
So
so if
that's
I'm
very
going to
practical.
learn, if I really want to do this, and I have someone who's going to show me how to do it in this 5-day boot camp, and I just got to put away my time, but I'm going to have what I need to know. Don't
Yeah.
worry about what's beyond that door. You worry about that later. What do I need to do now? What is my next step right now? Everybody's step is education and knowing the how, not
Mm,
the what. Most
mhm.
of us know what needs to be done. We don't know how to do it. How can I
Absolutely.
learn how to do it? Well, you can learn how to do it by going to this boot camp to get the how. That's the first step. Well, how am I going to pay for it? Okay, if you don't have the cheapest one is $97. You don't have $97, what can I sell? What can I hold off for 1 month so I can get this $97?
Mm,
That's the in front of me right now. I have run my business and I'm running this academy the same for the past 30 years. It's not how it's always how can I make this happen? Not I'd like to do it but I can't. It's always I have this opportunity, how can I make it happen? So yeah, and that also is a key for me, Stephannie. With if people don't invest in themselves, that first 97, that's a key for me that they're not going to make it in business
I
because
felt
business is constant spending money. You have to constantly spend. People ask me now, when does you get to the point where you have to spend no money? Never, ever. You're gonna always have to spend money.
that's what I
Always.
that's what I said earlier. I didn't No one told me that. I didn't have that
Right.
roadmap. I didn't have mentorship.
Right.
You are the first only mentor that I've had. And it's amazing how God allowed me not to until I met you. And there was so much that I'd done along the way. And by the
Right.
time I met you, I had to evolve. That
Right.
worked then, but it's not workable for the now.
Right.
And it was always money, whether it was paying for books on the front end, it was always money. And
Yeah.
I'm not working now, but I was a working person. And I just took, when I didn't have a budget, I just
Right.
took money here and did whatever. And you're right, it always, and it's still money,
It's
because
gonna always be money.
and yeah, and I will say this, you definitely got me on YouTube. It took a whole year, and I'll testify. It took me a year to build up my carriage to do what's shaking in my
Mhm.
boots. And some
Mhm.
people would say, "But you do this and it don't look like." I said, "But you don't see me shaking in the boots. Only me and Holy Ghost see me shaking in my boots." I said, "But Glenda had told me I was doing for 10 years audio before this whole podcast thing boom,
Mhm.
But you were telling me, and I believe if I had done it when you told me, I wouldn't be struggling with the algorithm as I am now,
Mhm. Mhm.
but nonetheless, I'm still moving forward.
Mhm.
But I think about things like that and how our fears, hinder us,
Mhm.
and some things are logical,
Mhm.
but this is too where faith kicks in,
Mhm.
the whole aspect of our business is a ministry and
Right.
ministry.
And
business.
what I share with people all the time is, well, do you worry about spending so much money? No, because I write it off at the end of the year. So I'm either going to spend money on some shoes or some clothes or some subscriptions or some something, but I can't write that off, but I can write off the stuff that I put into my business. So I don't see it as that. Another option, one thing that I did, I had to have a large it was rather a large investment, but I knew that I needed this to move to the next level. And so I went to in one of my retirement accounts and I utilized that money. And guess what? Within 3 months, I had made that money right back plus more. So I took a loan from myself. Yeah, and it paid off. Not only because I took it from myself and it was I invested in the stock market, the money came back. So a lot of times it's our thinking about money. Our whole thought pattern for money, Stephannie, is all whack.
Financial
Money is a
literacy.
tool. It's a tool.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
tool. It's not meant for us to just keep and put in the bank and say this is for a rainy day. No, money is the tool we use to help us elevate to the next level. When I took that loan from one of my retirement accounts, 3 months later, that money was back because it was in the stock market. So I didn't lose any money. Then I made money off of the program I had invested into because it taught me how to make more money.
Again, that's a mindset,
It's
and
mindset.
I just believe it has to be taught
It
um,
does. It does.
early
It
because
does.
it's a way of life too.
It
So
is.
even just even telling someone, I'm not minimizing anything in your academy. Um, Telling someone all of this and giving this information, it doesn't work if the person doesn't receive it as a lifestyle change.
Exactly.
And
And
that's
that's why,
the
and
challenge.
that's, and I tell them that early on, like at the end of the boot camp, before they even there are steps before you even are invited or allowed into the academy. Okay. The steps are the master class. That's one place. That's where you're checking us out. We're checking you out. The next step is the boot camp. That's where, again, we're really looking and you're looking and you're trying to see, and I am really trying to see whether or not this student would be a great student in the academy to take to the next level. I'm not trying to set anybody up to fail in life
Mm,
because I know how much investment it's going to take in you. But you've got to. So by the time we end this boot camp, I know exactly who is ready to move to that next level in the academy and really scale their businesses to another level.
and
Everybody's not make it.
yeah. And teachable. If you're not
And teachable,
teachable, and if
right?
you're only coming in thinking that business is going to be, I'm selling on the street under a tent, that
Yeah,
mindset, and I'm not trying to, again, when I say this, I'm not putting anybody's business or ministry down, but
right.
if a storefront mentality is very different from organization that decides to franchise and have
Well,
different
actually,
arms to it.
yeah, well, ministry is really different now. Has a different look. It's not institutionalized at all.
Hmm.
Ministry right now is, again, it's still based off the same pillars as business. Who are you?
Yeah,
What do you offer? And how is what you offer going to benefit me at this point in my life? It's the
and
same.
people,
Ministry,
and even when people decide if they want to be under your ministry,
right.
they're
Exactly.
thinking about those things. What does
It's
this person?
right.
Is this
Ministry
person
is
doing?
business, and
Yeah,
business is ministry. And
exactly.
so ministry looks different now. People, they have
Mhm.
online platforms, then they go to the various cities to minister to ministry is very, very different.
Like pop-ups.
Like pop-ups and
Like we have
people who
yeah.
and women in particular. It's a new wave. When I first came on to digital marketing, like I said, YouTube and Facebook weren't there yet. And so it
Mhm.
was a little bit easier for me to become a YouTube influencer than it is today, which is not impossible because I know how to help you get there. But the same thing is happening in ministry. But you got to know the what and you got to know the who. You got to know the how. How do I do this? And how
Yeah.
do I structure this? And the earlier you get in front of it and you do it, then the easier. You said it yourself. If you would have listened to me, you probably would have had it a little bit easier. That's the
Mhm.
same for women in ministry. Ministry is taking on a new paradigm, especially for women.
I love that. And the infrastructure, again, not thinking, we just think, oh, just get out. Like for me, I have to I'm giving myself everybody because I've worked with Glenda and still work with Glenda. Okay. How about that? So I can just remember, oh, just get out there and sell books. Oh, no, no, no. I had to get out there because you later told me that's about branding me.
Right,
I and that I was not ready for. All of that's
right,
part of the infrastructure of the
right,
business. And no one ever taught me that.
right.
I realized that people weren't going to buy my books if they didn't hear me. So
Yep,
then I had to be out there. I had to be in place. I just wanted to leave books and put them on the shelves and just hope people would go and and I just wanted to sit back. And that was not how even the Lord wanted it to work because I
yes,
didn't want to get out there. I didn't want to speak. But God was like, well, you have something to say because I gave it to you in writing form. Now, I
right,
want you to say, people wanted to hear me. And
right.
that was it still gets, I still do get
Yeah,
shaky knees with that, but I also see the results of it. I sell more books when I speak
right.
because
And
people
let me just
now
say this, that's
hear.
never gonna go away either, Stephanie. Like I'm somewhere now, um, getting ready to speak, and let me tell you, that never, ever, ever goes away. And that's a good thing because then you know that you're doing this is of God. You know it's not you.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't
because
take it for granted.
you have to say, Lord, I need you here. I need you to.
Absolutely.
It's of God. So when you don't get nervous, then you got to worry because
Yeah,
maybe it's too much of you and not enough God.
absolutely. Glenda, this is absolutely awesome. We could talk because we
Yes,
can talk, but I just want to say to women in particular, and hey guys, men out there, we are not dissing you. We're not.
right.
Glenda's here for you if you want to be a part of. She's not
Yeah,
going to turn you down. She has a helpful spirit.
yeah.
However, this branch right here, she's tailoring for women. All right. But she will take you, men. I'm telling you, she'll take you if you're willing to learn and be taught. Um, I am just I always get blessed. Glenda always says one thing or more that gets my wheels turning. I heard infrastructure today.
Hmm.
I heard practicality. I heard
Hmm.
allotment of those words mean a lot to me. I take them and I build on it. And
Hmm.
I am telling you, you will build as a person. And if you're the kind of person who believes in personal development, which that's what I do over here as a life coach, personal development coach, I believe that as long as God has given us the faculties that we have, the agility of movement in life, and we can still do things until we can't. Keep learning, keep growing. You're not too old. You're not too old. I'm looking at these 40, like you mentioned, Sarah Jakes and all of them in their late 30s, early 40s doing things. But guess what? We're not in competition.
Not
And
at all.
not at all. And God has an audience for all of us. And He has people who we match up with. He has a platform for everyone. Find your platform. Glenda will help you do just that. She'll help you identify. I was a part of that, a class of hers where a woman was randomly picked, uh, and Glenda just asked a few questions. And that was awesome to watch because I saw her do it with me, but to watch her do it with another person, she asked this woman about her business, blah, blah. Before we finished that meeting, she had a mission statement for that woman and a whole lot of other things. Everyone was just, their minds were blown. So she listens. She has a great ear. She does watch you intently, as she says, to see what matches up. What's in alignment? What is it that you're not getting? And trust her with that. She has a good eye for it. So, yeah. Glenda, you want to let everyone know how they can find you and connect with you before we
Sure.
close?
Sure. Well, you can learn more about me because I'm all about, you learning who's the person behind all of the scenes. So you can learn more about me by going to my personal website, which is glendaboone.com. The Academy, you can learn more about the Academy, our goals, our pillars at BRANDU Academy, ACADEMY.net. And if you are interested in joining our next boot camp, which is coming up on September 22nd, you can go to brandubootcamp.com/join now. And I look forward to meeting you. We have a masterclass, I think, that's coming up on the 16th, I believe. That's a free masterclass just before we do our boot camp, and you can join that masterclass also at brandnewbootcamp.com. Okay, and you can sign up for the masterclass, and then you can get to know us, get to see if it's something that you might want to do. But let me just say this: don't do all of that if you're not. If you really are not serious about taking your business to another level, if you have a hobby, if God has given you something that's nagging at you, if you're not serious about it, don't waste your time, because this really is for sisters who are really ready to go to the next level, need a level support, and need to know the how and the who in their life.
Wow. Thank you so much, Glenda. Thank you for stopping through. Thank you for sharing. And trust me, there are more nuggets, more nuggets. And if you want to sit under good leadership, good coaching, good mentoring, all in one, good teaching, all in one, and you know you're ready. And I get it if you're not, but when you're ready, you know who to connect with. Well, I thank you for joining me and joining us today. You can always replay this. It's here. You may have missed something. Sometimes when you hear something for the second time, you hear something greater. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Winning Ways. I'll be here next week, Lord willing, with more nuggets for you to develop personally to be the best version of you. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.